Hello and welcome to the news at 10 live on NTA News 24. And I'm Comfort. I'm Modu. We're live in Abuja. Let's begin with the headlines. Ease of doing business, Nigerian custom e-cargo clearance, enhancing efficiency and transparency.
Is to streamline the process of management of our overtime cargo.
Peace above anything. Rivers State Governor Fubara reaffirms after emergency rule.
Numerous things that he has always done, that he's still doing.
Nigerian police force arrests 6 suspects over deadly attack on police tactical teams in Benue State. Nigerian's film industry forges a path to attract $20 billion Pan-African investment. We begin with New York, where Nigeria's Vice President Kashim Shettima has arrived ahead of the 80th United Nations General Assembly session, leading Nigeria's delegation as directed by President Bola Tinubu. State House correspondent Abdurrahman Jibrila reports that upon his arrival, the Vice President met with other members of the Nigerian delegation on expectations of the country's participation.
Vice President Kashim Shettima arrives in New York, received at the JF Kennedy International Airport, welcomed by some members of the Nigerian delegation, as well as officials of the Nigerian mission in New York and other stakeholders. Vice President Kashim Shettima engaged members of the delegation ahead of his schedule to join other leaders at the global event to commemorate the 80th anniversary of the United Nations. He would also deliver Nigeria's national statement on behalf of President Bola Tinubu and attend a special event on climate for heads of state and government to be hosted by the United Nations Secretary General.
The topical issues that will clearly come up. So we've reiterated Nigeria's position, the conflicts in the Middle East, in Gaza, Israel, Palestine. There's the issue of Eastern Congo. There is the conflict in Sudan. The Vice President will be meeting with the Prime Minister of Sudan. He's also going to be participating in the African Union's Peace and Security Council meeting, which is going to be taking place.
So in all is to push forward the Renewed Hope agenda, is to push forward the areas that we're focusing on for investment, is to push forward the reforms that the Nigerian economy has experienced in the last 2 years, and to make sure that all the friends of Nigeria in New York for this event are well versed in the position of where we are right now.
And of course, we look at areas of strength, and of course, knowing fully that Nigeria is one of the leading economies in Africa. And of course, some of the very important reforms that were established at the beginning of our government in Nigeria that have really opened up a lot of opportunities. And of course, we believe this very important UN General Assembly will certainly further reposition Nigeria as one of the destinations for people to come invest in our own country.
Vice President Shettima is also slated to attend the high-level roundtable of the global champions on adequate and affordable housing to be hosted by the President of Kenya on September 24th and attend other bilateral meetings and events. From New York, Abdurrahman Jibrila, NTA News.
And back home, the automation sensitization exercise for Nigerians overtime cargo clearance, which aims to inform stakeholders of the system's benefit, is fostering collaboration among key players seeking enhanced efficiency and transparency. Details with Adejoke Odeka.
For years, Nigerian ports have grappled with cargo congestion, prompting the Nigeria Customs Service to introduce clearance ultimatums and task forces. Now, the Nigerian Customs has developed an overtime automation app to further enhance results for importers, exporters, and logistics operators.
The e-clearance system will give you room to clear your cargoes, to request for clearance from the comfort of your office without necessarily writing applications and letters and going through zonal commands or the headquarters to submit your letters.
Comptroller General of Customs Adewale Adeniyi underscores the importance of stakeholder awareness on the new system, highlighting it as pivotal for streamlining cargo operations and enhancing overall efficiency at Nigerian ports.
Is to streamline the process of management of our overtime cargo, put in place transparency, make it easier for owners of those goods to access it within the stipulated time frame. The system is plug and play, and it is ready to roll on the current Bodogu system that we have.
The Nigeria Customs Service Automation Initiative prioritizes process simplification, business facilitation, procedural transparency, and data integrity as core objectives, distinctly focusing on operational efficiency rather than revenue generation. In Lagos, Adejoke Odeka, NTA News.
1,263 mineral licenses have been revoked by the federal government due to annual service fees default. These include 584 exploration licenses, 65 mining leases, 144 quarry licenses, and 470 small-scale mining leases. Approving the revocation following the recommendation of the Mining Cadastral Office, the Minister of Solid Minerals Development, Dele Alake, said applying the law to keep speculators and unserious investors away from the mining sector would make way for diligent investors and grow the sector. The latest revocation brings the total mineral titles revoked under the current administration to 3,794, including 619 mineral titles revoked for defaulting in paying annual service fees and 912 for dormancy last year. Nigeria is witnessing remarkable growth driven by increasing volume and expanding market reach as the nation strengthens its position within Africa and beyond. Our stakeholders are exploring strategic ways to sustain this momentum, particularly by boosting trade from regions like the Southeast to the international markets. As Nigerians' trade volume and value continue to grow, key industry players are actively deploying strategies to sustain this upward trajectory and expand the country's trade footprint, particularly from the Southeast region to broader continental and international markets. To achieve this, they emphasize the need for greater collaboration among African nations. These include boosting intra-African trade, harmonizing payment systems, and removing all forms of bottlenecks that hinder market integration across industries and companies within the continent.
You must understand that the Southeast and Southeasterners are essentially businessmen. Africa is now positioned to take charge of its intra-African trade, financing, and financial management. They have also gone ahead to create their own African insurance, meaning that every ship that is carrying goods coming to Africa is insured by African insurance company.
In terms of scaling up agro-commodity production, stakeholders insist that Nigeria must significantly increase investment in agriculture. This includes deploying modern technologies and equipping the youth with the necessary skills to boost production capacity in line with global demand.
Agriculture is a business. We must deploy AI, we must deploy modern technology, we must retool their minds for them to understand that agriculture is the major resource that God has given us, especially in our region. I believe in the Renewed Hope agenda. If we continue to apply what he has doctored I believe in the next couple of 1 year or 2 years, things will really get better.
Key players say Nigeria's pathway to sustained trade growth lies in a strategic blend of regional cooperation, policy reforms, and agricultural modernization. They believe aligning national efforts with continental goals under frameworks like the African Continental Free Trade Area, AFCFTA, is key. In Abuja, Comfort Amodu, NTA News. Our Minister of Works, David Umahi, has expressed worry over the deplorable condition of roads in parts of the country at an inspection tour to Abuja-Kaduna-Zaria-Kano Highway projects and the Abuja-Lokoja-Okene-Benin Road under construction. Umahi assured of the commitment of the current administration to reconstructing the dilapidated roads. Details with Kenneth Nanim.
It was a marathon for the Works Minister David Umahi and his inspection team, including the media, to monitor ongoing Abuja-Kaduna-Zaria-Kano Road project. A total of 761 billion naira is to be expended on the reconstruction work.
That is very courageous, and I commend Mr. President very highly for his interest, in building this road.
Works Minister explains that the President has directed for continuation of all NNPC projects, and this road in particular is expected to be completed within 14 months. Not only that, but to be done with class and all facilities put in place.
The President wants us to replicate what we see in the West. You see a road, you see grasses, you see trees, you see solar light, you see security cameras.
The minister is also particular about the quality of work being delivered on this road, considering the thickness of the concrete enforcement pavement, which is about 20 meters thick from the stone-based foundation, which he said guarantees the durability of the project.
I want Nigerians and our young engineers to know what we are doing. When we have buried these roads, nobody will know what we have done. When we have done milling and stabilization and using cement, nobody will know what we are doing. This is the first of its kind. People didn't know that we put cement in the making of asphalt. People don't know that we put cement in stabilizing laterite or sharp sand or stone base. So these are innovations that the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has brought to bear.
From the Abuja-Kaduna-Zaria-Kano Road, the inspection team proceeded to various sections within the Abuja-Lokoja-Okene-Benin Road, which is a total of 460 kilometers. These include ongoing construction at the Abuja-Cotton section and the Lokoja Bridge, now in deplorable condition. The slow pace of work in some sections of the road is of concern to the minister.
The 3 jobs we gave out in 2023, they may be facing the FCC, as we summon them to the office. Their quality good, but the pace is terrible.
It is expected that inspection of construction projects across the country will continue in due course. Kenneth Nanim, NTA News.
All right, we take a break. More reports when we return.
Feel the power of precision, engineered to perfection. Every component is crafted with care, and each design is meticulously tested. From concept to creation, our engineers push the boundaries of technology, seamlessly blend in performance and sustainability with a deep commitment to African ingenuity. Introducing the CNG Boss, a remarkable achievement in engineering designed to operate on compressed natural gas, a cleaner and more sustainable fuel alternative. At Innocent Vehicles, we proudly lead the way in creating greener mobility across Africa. And it doesn't stop there. From SUVs to sedans, spacious buses to electric cars, Innocent offers a wide range of models designed to meet every need. Innocent Vehicle, the pride of African roads.
This is NTA News 24.
Welcome back. Let's go to Rivers State, where the Governor Fubara and his wife Valerie glorified God Almighty at a Thanksgiving service for his boundless mercy, divine guidance, and steadfast love as the Governor makes his first church appearance after the lifting of emergency rule in the state. And Kingsley Amajiri reports on this.
Thanksgiving service marks the first public event after resumption of duties and provided a platform for Governor Fubara to call on the church and the people of Rivers State to remain steadfast in prayers as he begins afresh the journey of governance. The governor says prayers and intercessions have been the pillars of his strength and will remain critical as he works to fulfill his mandate to the people.
It's important I come to this church, which is my last hope, to say thank you quietly before the Almighty for the numerous things that he has always done, that he's still doing, that he will continue to do, not just in my life or the life of my family, but for this state and for Nigeria at large. We have always made this sacrifice of fasting, praying for my survival, praying for my health, praying for anything that will bring shame upon my life, that God should remove it. And here now, I'm here to say, God has answered your prayers.
The service, which is part of the 2025 Harvest of Divine Possibilities, also doubled as a personal moment of gratitude for the first family. The governor further underscored the importance of peace in fostering unity and development as the event coincides with the commemoration of International Day of Peace. Governor Fubara reaffirmed his rededication to the service of Rivers people, urging continued prayers and support for his administration as it charts a renewed course of leadership. The church service featured special prayers led by Venerable Emmanuel Unju, Vicar of St. Paul's Anglican Church, Opobo. For the first family, the success of the administration and the peace and prosperity of Rivers State. In Port Harcourt, Kingsley Amajiri, NTA News.
No.
I heard what you were saying. I heard that police that's like